What? You jump in the boat, Jesus. Yeah! Isn't that awesome, guys? Oh! Okay, fish on. I've been paddling for about 30 minutes to get out here. You see how far away I am from the launch spot. And I've just put down this Rapala deep diver. I let out a lot of line on this. Rapala deep diver is rated to go down 2 meters and we are in about 8 meters of water. Interesting to see what this is. Oh, so it looks like a pike probably. I have a wired trace on today as well, so hopefully this won't break off, because I've had the worst luck ever. I've been out in the kayak about 5 times up and down the river and I've broken off, lost fish. But this one seems to be playing very, very deep and heavy. Awesome if we can get this on the boat. Let's see. It's just like a lump of cement. What is it? Oh, Jesus Christ, that is a big pike. I don't know how it's not playing harder than this. There you go, guys, look at this. My first store pike from the fjord where I live. Isn't that awesome? It is literally like pulling in a lump of cement. Okay, so let's get this aboard. I'm just going to secure my oar. We have the pliers ready because this guy will be going back. Hopefully he's not too deeply hooked. He wants to get away still. What? You jump in the boat, Jesus. Still. Alright, let's see. He has mullered this, look at that. To watch for these teeth. I've hold of the treble. Oh. Sorry we're not getting a great picture here, guys, but it is really hard to pull this guy out. Alright, he's... Oh, I hope he's not going to damage himself. Look at that, look how that is hooked. 1, 2, 3. Away you go, sir. Beautiful fish. Okay, I think we have another fish here. Making sure I set the hooks. This one fought quite hard compared to the last one. The bite was much better, so... And it is... I'm not sure if you're going to see this, but it's really far back, whatever the fish is. I'm hoping it's at least a small trout or something. Because we were in 20 meters of water. It seems to be coming in super easy. I'm hoping it's not come off. Yeah, it feels like it's come off. I hope it hasn't. I hope it's coming towards us, or it's... But that was a good take. It was a good solid take on the rod. I'm really not feeling anything though. Please be a... Cool if it was a small trout. Just can't feel if it's on, guys. Oh, let's see. There is weight there, but I just can't tell. Well, here we go. It's starting to wake up, whatever it is. Let's see, what is it? Oh, it's a big trout. Yes, that was what I was hoping for. Yeah! And awesome, guys. Oh! Absolutely amazing. You know, guys, I had my boat on here on this lake last year 3, 4, 5 times, never caught a fish. But so far we have 2 cracking fish. I'm hoping this is really well in this fish's mouth so we can net this bugger, because this one is pulling the kayak around. This one is going home with us. Oh, this is a strong fish. Now I have my leader up quite high. Oh, it's just in the net. Let's see, guys, if I can get you a better angle. Is it in? Yes! Look at that! Oh my lord! What a cracking fish! This thing is probably... Oh Jesus! It feels like it's going to break the net. This fish is huge! Massive trout. I'm going to take this out of the net, I'm going to dispatch of it, and then I'm going to show you guys, okay? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Okay guys, just a little tip, because I think we've been quite successful today already. We've got a decent sized pike and a large trout. We've only been fishing for a couple of hours. We also caught that smaller fish as well that I didn't get on camera. And one of the tips I can give you is this, right? When you're trolling, use the rule of thirds. Right? So whatever depth that you are fishing in, for example, I'm fishing in 10 meters of water, which is 30 feet of water. You want to get your lures in the last third near the surface of the water, okay? So you want it 1/3 down, and you want it to be one of your lures just under the surface, right? Because if you ever go swimming and look up the way, you can imagine if you have like a dark coloured lure going across the surface, you'd see it very easily, right? But if you have a light coloured lure and you're looking up underneath the water, you'd find it very hard to see, right? So this is where it pays to use like slightly darker lures on bright days and colourful lures on dull days. Okay, my plan is to go to this island up here. There's a little island, you could probably just see in the distance up there, and I'm going to go around the island and then I'm going to start to head back, because it's taken me a few hours just to get this far. I've also taken my life jacket off now. I know I'm in open water that's pretty deep, but I'm pretty warm, right? And part of fishing is being comfortable. I'm also a pretty good swimmer. The water is warm, so it's not like it's a huge risk. If this was a very cold day and it was very choppy with wind, I wouldn't do this. Okay, so fingers crossed we hit up another fish pretty soon. I just want to show you a good example of why. I might be catching fish from the kayak, but I'm not catching fish from the boat, right? You see here? I'm not sure how good this is going to come out in camera, but there's actually trout rising here, you see them? And look how close I am to them. We're talking maybe 10, 15 meters. 50 meters is probably extreme because they're right there. Right, so I did notice before, I've been on this lake and I trolled all the way around it. Hardly ever caught anything. I had quite a few takes, but that broke off basically. And this to me tells me that the fish, there's a big one just came up right there, you see? This tells me that the fish are scared, definitely 100% by the noise of the engine. And that makes sense, right? But even if you're fishing 50, 60 meters back with a boat, with an engine, right, you're still going to scare these fish. You see how close these ones are to me. These might not be trout, but that one that I just saw there looked big enough to be a trout. So So we are almost at this island. It's taken me a long time to get here, guys. It is a little bit further than I thought it would be. But the good thing is, once we get around this island, I'm going to come back way around this side here. The wind is behind us, so it should be much easier going back the way. I might actually cross the entire fjord and go up the side and go up the river to where my house is. I think these crows up here have a nest. They're going crazy. It's cool, look at this rockwork. You can see the yellow line. This is where the pollen line is. When the water's higher, the pollen collects against the wall. Look at the formations as well, isn't it cool? Let's go. Yes, I know I'm near your nest. Let's go over here. We're going to have a little break. Look for my sunglasses because I think they've fallen into the water. I can't find them on the boat, on the canoe, and it's a very bright day, so my eyes are struggling a little bit. I'll have some lunch, we'll clean that fish, get the fish into the hold. Look at what we found here. Now, you guys probably already know that I have quite the bad back, and this looks like a decent chair that we could maybe add to my kayak. That would give me a lot of support in my back. Awesome. Awesome find. I put that here, but we're going to go over here as well. I think people have had a camp here before. This looks like an absolutely fantastic place to have a camp, you don't think? Imagine the fishing off of here. As I said before, you're in out here, it's like 3-4 meters deep, and then it drops off really deep. It's like 60-70 meters. You see my kayak away back there. Let's have a little look at this campsite here. Because I would love to camp here. What do you reckon, guys? Would you like to see me camp here? That's cool. Someone's had a shelter here as well. So that has been where they've had the shelter. You can see where they've had the support lines for probably a tarp to go across the top. Although it doesn't look very comfortable. There's plenty of this, what's this called, guys? Spruce pine here. You can use this for bedding. There's lots of that here. It's a nice little path going up there. I wonder why though they had this log going across the top of this fire. I can't think of, maybe to hang pot from, probably for cooking, something like that. It seems an awfully extreme measure to go to. I can't quite figure out what these loose parts here are for. Maybe they've just fallen down on something. That looks pretty cool. We're going to go back and we're going to do the dirty work of gutting the fish, and we're going to have some lunch. One momento, guys. So here's the fish, guys. In my infinite wisdom, I forgot to bring a knife, so I had to use a small pair of scissors to gut it. You might also hear some wind noise because I noticed my microphone wind protector is gone. Must have fallen off. But anyway, so here you see these little white things here in the water. These are actually small fish that have come out, this big fish, so this is what it's been eating. You see the size of them, they're like maybe 3-4 centimeter sprats. This is the fish. Nice size, clean, nice pink flesh. Very soft still because we kept it pretty cold. Make sure you get as much of the blood out as possible. Ideally, this is something that you should do as you've caught the thing. Okay, this is a beautiful fish. This is going to go into a bag, and then it's going to go into the hold of the kayak. Okay, so I reckon this one's at least what? Let's have a little rough guesstimate. There's 30 centimeters, so that's 50-60 centimeters at least. So it's a decent sized trout. you're talking at least what, 3 kilos, 6 pounds, something like that. Maybe not quite 6 pounds, maybe 5 pounds, 5, 6 pounds. And is that a nice fish? So I'm going to have some lunch and then we shall get back out there and get a little bit more fishing done. Alright, so the reason, guys, I'm putting in the hold as well is because it is actually colder in there than it is in the air temperature, because the inside of the kayak body is colder because it's against the surface of the water, right? So let's get this guy in here, even though the bag is nowhere near big enough. It will do. Right, and this is my hold. This is a Seabirds design kayak. Right, and all I'm going to do is keep him up this end like this. I'm probably not going to use my life jacket again, because I'm going to stick to the shore on the way back. So I'll put my life jacket in here as well. We'll do that now. I'm a little bit annoyed that I've lost my sunglasses, because you guys know what it's like if you're in the sun all day. It can get very tiring on your eyes. So I'm just going to have a quick look here. Lunch today, guys, is peanut butter sandwiches. Thank you to the wife for making them. This chair is going to sit here absolutely awesome, I think. This padded part here, I'll take this out and I'll put this harder bodied part underneath it. Right, so this will be the new base, and this part will sit on top. I'm not even sure if I'll use all this here. This might be good just to hold it in place again though. In the meantime, this can go in the bark. Oh, it's a bit slippy. Fits like a glove. Look at that. Right, so let's put this lid back on here, because I'm not going to go back in there again. This one's quite easy to fit. Pull it on like this. There's no catches. And you pull from the lift side along and just gently push it down with your fingers until you get to the end. Okay, lunchtime. Alright guys, we have another fish. I don't know what this is. It's not really fighting very hard. And we're in shallow water, so this might be a perch. Although it is giving a little head shakes. Let's see, where is it? I have a feeling this is either a small pike or a perch. But it is thrashing its head, so it could be a small trout. What is this? It is a perch. This isn't a boar, this is what we call a boar in Norway. Of course I have that one filled. This is a beautiful looking fish. You have to be careful of the spines on the top here. Let's see if I can get a little picture of his spines. Come on, relax. There you go, relax. See the spines? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Come on, show me your spines again. And a beautiful, beautiful fish. You can eat these as well, but I'm not going to today. So take the hook out over the water. 1, 2, 3. Oh, not like that though. It's only lightly hooked in the side of the lip, so. Bye bye, perch. You know, I think it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I can start to hear the power boats and stuff on the water. So this is me back at where I think I caught the trout in front of one of these houses here. But I'm sure it was in about 6 meters of water, and this says only 4 there. So maybe we were a little bit further out this way. So I'm going to paddle down here as far as we can, and then we're going to go home. There's a tip for you as well there, guys, is whenever you're doing any kind of trolling for trout, try and go when there's the least amount of activity on the water. And that could be a time when, you know, nobody else is even awake, right? So you got to plan your trips, get up early, even if it's just fishing from the morning to the middle of the afternoon, or even in the evening to night time, because most people don't go swimming at night. Here in Norway, it seems to be the busiest time, about between 3 and 7 o'clock roughly, and it stays light until probably 11, 12 o'clock, light enough for you to tie knots and stuff. So I'll turn you back on if we get any more fish. Okay, the fishing has pretty much died, so I thought I'd take a little bathroom break and come and have a little exploration of this pathway here that I saw. There's nothing much here. It's very, very warm today. Water temperature is here 21 degrees. A little bit further out it's about 17 degrees. So it's good to be fishing around about 10 meters, I think, today. I did have one more fish on one of the rods, but it got snagged up. I probably showed you that part already. It got snagged up and I lost the lure and everything, so I got that lure for free. I found it a long time ago, and isn't it beautiful, guys? Look how beautiful it is, oh my god. Right, the only downside for something like that here is I've actually paddled an awful lot today, and I mean, I don't know if you guys know this from my other YouTube channel, but I'm kind of I'm classed as disabled. I have a very, very bad back, so paddling for this length of time isn't the best of things for my back. You know, sitting in one position for so long, it kind of hurts, but it's great exercise. I struggle with walking, so at least I get a good amount of exercise in my upper body and stuff doing this, but my arms, my forearm arms especially, are pretty tired. So that was another reason for me taking a break here. I said bathroom break, but it was just to get a break from kayaking. And there you go, the story of this afternoon. But it's quite nice here. There's lots and lots and lots of potential camping spots. I think what I'll do though, guys, is I noticed there's a difference in the water clarity in certain bits of this lake, and I'm pretty sure I would catch more fish in the clearer water, because I noticed, I'm not sure if it was further up here that the water went really, really clear, and then when I come back this way it is more like a muddy brown coloured water. It's not clear. So that might be something to do with the water coming down from the river up here. I actually live next to the river, but I get the wife to take me with the car, because then she can help me get the kayak off the car, because again, because of my bad back, I can't lift this anymore. So it's good to get help from someone. Anyway, shall we get back to it? Get in the Lunar 12. A drink of water, maybe eat my other sandwich, and have a last bash at the fishing. I think it's probably done for today, but it won't stop me trying. I think it's a little bit too warm, too bright. The fish will be deep, I think. So let's go, I think. Alright guys, we have another fish. Hopefully I have another fish. I think it got off. No, it's still there. Still there. We are in the middle of the fjord. This might be bigger than the last one actually, the last trout. It's swimming very, very deep still. This is again on the Salmo. We are in 70 meters of water here. Did it get off? Yes, it did. Oh! You won't believe this, but the fish followed it. The fish actually followed it. You probably won't see that on camera. It was a big trout. Right, so we have a fish on again here. You can see the end of the fishing rod. It's not really fighting much, so I'm suspecting it is a pike. Just make sure to set the hooks this time. It would be pretty funny if this was the same fish, because I literally hooked this one like a second after. Oh Jesus, like a second after. There's the leader coming up. Let's see, what is this? What is this bad boy? I cannot tell. What is it? Come on. What is it? Oh, it's a big pike. It looks pretty angry. Oh! Oh! It wants to take line. This is bigger than the first one that we caught. Oh, maybe not actually. From what I can see, I think it's mullered. This lure though. Oh my God! All over me. Thank you. Jesus Christ! The size of this thing. Yeah, this is bigger than the last one. Oh, it's soaking me. Yeah, this is much bigger. Okay, go. Oh, this is going to be fun to unhook, because I don't really have anything to unhook this with. I do have a set of pliers, but it wants to take line. I'm going to have to play this one out until it's absolutely shattered, I think, because it's going to be dangerous for it and me otherwise. This is a European pike. Is it going to relax? It's not as big as I thought it was actually. It's maybe 4 kilos, 5 kilos at the most. Let's see. Is it going to play ball? It has pretty vicious looking teeth. It's going to hurt me and itself. Alright, this was on the one that is a single treble, so this might be easier than I think to get out. Okay guys, look. I know I shouldn't wrap my fingers around like this, but I really don't have a choice. Let's see. Oh, shit, that hurt my hand there. Excuse my swearing. I'm not used to catching pike at all. This one is right down actually. There you go. Released. Right, that was a good fight. That was worth it. Remember, leave me a big thumbs up for all of these fish that we're catching today. Well guys, I am absolutely beat. My forearms are killing me. I've done a lot of paddling today. It's been a very good day. We have probably another kilometre to go here, then another kilometre to go up the river. Well, fishing to go, but then we're out of the deep water, I think. And the chances of us catching like bigger trout will be gone, basically. You still catch trout up the river, but they will be much smaller. Much smaller. So today has been a very, very good day. It's my personal best on pike. And I was trying to think, is that my personal best on trout? And I had a hard think about it, and I can't ever remember catching a bigger trout than that in my life, so it's probably a personal best there too. I think the trout was probably 3 kilos, which isn't huge, but just for me it's amazing. Pike wise, I think the second one was bigger than the first one there, so the first one probably was about 4 kilos, the second one was probably about 4.5, 5 kilos, which is just magnificent. I never thought today would be such a good day, considering you know what it's been like on previous trips out here. It just shows all that was needed was a change in the vehicle to get me across the water. Fish are obviously scared of boats much more than they are of a quiet kayak. So anyway guys, what I'm going to do is I'll paddle along here. If I catch anything, the camera will be on again, okay? Alright, I think we might have another fish. Let's have a look. Cheers. We do, it's a feisty little thing. I'm taking it this will be a perch. We are in 2.5 meters of water. It's shaking its head quite a lot, so I doubt this is a pike. Let's see, where are you? What do you think, guys? Before it comes up, what do you think? It feels like there's hardly any weight on this at all. I don't know if it's come off. I thought that about the pike before as well. It's like they don't know they're hooked. Oh, that is a big fish actually. What do you think? What is it? This is on the little salmo. Let's see, what is it? What's it going to be? Another pike. This one's smaller. Oh, it's actually was a perch, and the pike's taken the perch on the lure. So the perch has grabbed the lure, and then the pike's grabbed the perch on the lure. This will be interesting to unhook. Well, the lure's on the outside of the body, which is absolutely awesome. Let's just see if I can get the animal over this side, because you're not going to be able to see anything. Oh, I think it just realised it's hooked. Now let me just put the paddle in its clip. Oh, it just realised it's hooked. My arms are so sore from paddling so much today. Oh. So we're going to try and get him around this side. Now the perch has come off. The perch has come off, so one less thing to catch. But that was 2 fish at once though. That was pretty amazing. I need to get myself a stick for my other camera, I think. Oh. This guy is not as small as I thought it was going to be actually. It's about 50, 60 centimetres. To be careful with this, because this lure is right on top of its head. I don't want it to pull out and hit me in the face or something like that. Now let's try and get it over this side so it's not so it's easier to see. Coming over. Yeah, it's not as big actually as the other ones. It looks like a good kilo less the weight probably. You see the salmo right in the head. See the salmo? Oh, this thing has got some power in it though. Right, so it's one treble right in its lip. As soon as this thing tires, it will have Oh. You think you can see us, guys? Beautiful, look at it. What is that underneath it? Is that another fish? Can you guys see that? Oh. I probably would have had it in by now, guys, if my arms weren't so tired, and my arms are absolutely exhausted from paddling all day. I want this thing to tire itself out so I don't hurt myself or it. Right, so get our tweezers or pliers. Tweezers would be awesome here, wouldn't they? Oh. Come on. Now the water temperature here, guys, is actually quite warm. It's 21 degrees. And so from the other side of the lake where we were earlier on, it was only 17 degrees. So this end of the lake is much warmer. Come on. Are they going to give me any more trouble? There you go. Gone it was. Alright, so there you go, the little lure that's doing all the work today. This is the little salmo. It's absolutely tiny, but it works magically. Awesome. Another fish. Woohoo! This is probably one of the best days I've ever had in Norway for fishing. I mean, I've had absolutely super fantabulous days, but this is up there with them. Okay, so we're going to get some speed up. And I will talk you through how I'm catching these fish, right? Because it'll be easier for you to see it for yourself. Right, so you get up a little head of steam like this. Keep it going, keep it going. Make sure you've got some good momentum. The water here is getting much shallower. It's like only 2 meters now. Take your lure. Of course it's a little bit tangled. I didn't notice that from before, you see. Take your lure. Make sure the swivel is at the knot at the end. Cast it out as you're still moving. Put it in the rod holder, like so, right? And then leave the bail arm off. And go and paddle for a while. Hit the paddling, count to 30 seconds, something like that. That's what I've been doing all day today. 30 to 60 seconds, just make sure the line's coming off. Alright. Keep on going, and when you're happy with the depth, when you're happy with the distance, flip the bail arm on. Just make sure that you have enough drag on the reel. You have it loose enough so that if you get a fish, it doesn't unhook itself if the drag is too tight. Okay, look at this beautiful little house over here. See? People sitting there watching me. Beautiful little hitta. That's what they're called here, the little cabins by the lake in Norway, little hittas.